1017. Wake up Orlando, the sun is on fire. Johnny's house blazing, we taking it higher. Hall of Fame legend Johnny Magic's flow. On XL1067, running the whole show. Brian bringing jokes like a stand-up ninja. Punchline so sharp they cut when they hit ya. Ray got no filter, she might just explode. What will she say next? Nobody knows. Theories on the socials, the queen of the clicks. Spinning reels like a DJ turning those tricks. Johnny drives a train, we almost off the tracks. Orlando is ours, yeah, we taking it back. XL's the fire, Johnny's house is the spark. We the voice of the city, we light up the dark. On your drive while you hustle, while you break and you grind. It's Orlando's #1, always on top. This is Johnny's house, feel that energy rise. The #1 morning show, lighting up the skies. Turn the volume up, put your hands to the beat. Orlando's life pulse right on your street.
Good morning. 601, Orlando's #1 hit music station. It's XL1067. It is Johnny's house on a Thursday morning. Let's see. It's going to rain today. It's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 92. Heat index is going to make it feel a whole lot hotter than that. 60% chance of rain. And right now this morning, it's 76.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, our guy Steve from Blues Clues, he's launching a podcast now.
I've never seen one episode of Blues Clues.
Ever. Well, if you do ever go back,
I know the song.
Yes, if you do ever go back and watch the OG,
I won't.
Well,
there's no real reason for you to, because you didn't have a kid in that age group.
No. Mm-hmm. But if you do, you got to watch the OG because they've had a couple of hosts, but Steve Burns
is said they had a couple of hosts. I'm like, no, they did not.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What kind of Blues Clues you watching?
They might have. I don't know what was happening behind set. So, but Steve Burns, he's the one that was the OG host, and he's coming out with a podcast this fall for all the adults who grew up watching him. So my generation. It's called Alive, and the episodes will be released on a weekly basis. It's going to focus on what it means to stay human in a complicated world.
Go ahead. What's funny is that I didn't watch Blues Clues, but all I heard was stories about this dude, Steve, who had problems. That's all I know.
I don't know. Okay, so I think a lot of them were rumors.
Yes, they were.
Okay, and speculations that he was like a drug addict.
Yes.
One rumor that he was Marilyn Manson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I think that was before, that was when the internet was first coming out or whatever. So people were like, we don't know how to fact check this really.
And a lot of things that he did growing or recently more than ever, especially during the pandemic, he would check in on people. Kind of like how Elmo did that. He would do that too. He would be like, so how are we doing, friends? And everybody would just throw the comments in.
Yeah, but he wasn't none of the stuff that they said he was. They said he was a human trafficker, that he was Marilyn Manson.
He liked heroin.
Dude, he was Steve from Blues Clues.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, I heard all of that.
He said there's thousands of podcasts you can listen to, but this one's going to be where you can actually go. So it's kind of like he's keeping the whole Blues Clues tradition alive, where it's you got to be a good person. And
I just hope he starts whenever you hit him with an email or something, though. We just got to let it.
We just got a letter.
I know that. Never seen the show.
Wonder who it's from.
Yeah, that'd be so cute.
His first podcast would be, let's start out by me addressing every lie I've ever heard about myself.
Seriously, he should.
Throw it out there.
He should do a segment in each podcast where he tackles one. That way he can stretch it out.
Yes.
This week, I'm not Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
This week, I don't like heroin. So the Social Network is actually getting a sequel. Did you guys watch that, Social Network?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. So
what else is it to tell?
I don't know. So the sequel is going to focus on the consequences of Facebook becoming the largest social media platform, which is really cool. Because it's the Social Network was how it came about. And then so this sequel is basically going to be how the consequences are of Facebook being so big. So it'll be based on an investigation by the Wall Street Journal that exposes the fact that the company was actually aware of its own negative impacts, including the spread of disinformation.
Well, that's a documentary we've already seen.
I know.
But so is that what they're going to do, a documentary style, or are they going to do a dramatization?
No, I think it's going to be a dramatization.
Okay.
it's going to be a movie.
Okay.
they're
So it's
not going to use the same actors, because that one Arm Hammer guy was in the original,
no,
right?
Yeah.
He played the Winklevoss twins. He played both of them.
Yeah.
The Winklevi.
So, but I don't know if Jesse Eisenberg is the one that played Mark Zuckerberg. So I don't know if he's going to be back, but that's the latest.
Okay.
They should let Zuck play himself.
Seriously.
I think he would. But you know what? If he does it, he's going to put his own spin on it.
Yeah.
So you can't let him do that. All right, it's 6:05 Thursday morning. We come back. Updates on us on Johnny's house.
Maybe.
Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. It is 6:20 Thursday morning. It's gonna be sunny. 60% chance of rain. They say the high of 92, but it's gonna feel a little hotter than that. It is 76 right now. All right. Let's see. Yesterday, I had a long day yesterday. Left the show and went straight to my doctor's appointment. And he said, everything is good. See you in 6 months.
Nice.
That's the best you can get. And I said, hey, I'm gonna be down in South Florida, celebrating a Hall of Fame. Is it possible that I have a cocktail? And he said, I see nothing wrong with that socially. What does that mean?
It means as long as we're in a group hanging out, that means we're gonna get drunk.
So there's no binge drinking.
When you go back,
is that what it means?
When you go back to your room, you can't do it. It's not social then.
Is
Yeah.
that what it is, Brian?
Yeah, then it's a problem.
Don't drink by yourself.
Don't drink. He said, as long as you're having a social contact, I don't see a problem with that. I'm like, yes. Then rushed from there. Met the person who's watching my house, gave him the rules. It's about 8 pages. Basically, all you can do is sit there and watch TV. That's all. Don't touch nothing. Don't go anywhere. You can't get in the pool. Keep the lights on, everything.
Dang, what are you, Narice's roommate?
Seriously. Stop, you're triggering me.
Hey, don't sleep. It might be Narice's roommate.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least it brings a little girl over there.
That's right.
I'm dead.
He's been oppressed for 2 years.
2 years, Brian. Then rushed, left there, took the kid to his grandmother's, picked up the girl, got to the bright line, hit the bright line to the hotel. And man, I was done, man. I was supposed to meet people for drinks and cigars last night. And I had to text, I'm sorry, y'all. Because people aren't used to me tired. And I just kind of just sit there and stare. And
Yeah.
I didn't want corporate and all, to see me like that because they think something's wrong.
Yeah.
They're like, is he all right?
Yeah. You know how we all are when you're
Yeah.
tired. You just kind of just sit there.
They'd be like,
And
we put him in the Hall of Fame. Now he can't talk to us.
He can't talk. He ain't laughing. He ain't joking. He
got
ain't
it.
doing
Okay,
nothing,
cool.
man. So then I got up and went to our sister station, which is on a back street. It's dark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark, but this is where I am, and the team's going to be joining me tonight. Ray, how about you? How was your day yesterday?
It was good. I went over to the gym and got my butt kicked, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And then I went and got my nails done because I didn't want to look so ratchet. So you're welcome. I thought I would look presentable for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I just did some packing and hung out with the kids, and that's it.
Yeah, you got a quick turnaround. Both you and Brian got a quick turnaround.
Yeah, we leave from the show today and head over to the Bright Line.
Yep.
Yeah. And Brian got a thing this weekend, too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Goodness. All right, B, how was yours?
Long. I was here. I was in the building for 13 hours yesterday.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
Mm.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, Lord.
And it's so funny. Every time I do it, the boss is like, hey, man, what are you still doing here? I'm not playing hide and seek. I'm working, dude. So I finally did finish that. And I did go
Good.
home, but I cut the yard instead of taking a nap because I'm going to be
Had to be
gone
done.
until
Had to be done.
Sunday.
Yep.
I don't want to be that dude that the HOA is
Yep.
complaining about. So I cut my
Uh-huh.
yard in the heat yesterday. Then I picked up my dry cleaning because I got to dress nice for the first time
Yeah.
this year. And that's it. I got some rum business to handle right before I jump on the Bright Line, and I'm heading down.
Good. Narice, how about you, ma'am?
Pretty good. Yesterday, went straight home. I got me my nap in. Did a little bit of a walk with my dog, went to the gym, and then came back to the studio, did a lot of work for the weekend also, prepping for that. And then, because taking full advantage of the fact that, being down in South Florida, I got to meet up with the friends, setting
Mhm.
all of that up, and then,
Mhm.
getting ready for the weekend.
I tell you, man, here's the crazy, because time is so limited. When I go to Charlotte to see my mom, I don't even call my boys because I'm not doing
Yeah.
anybody a service. Hey, I can see y'all for 2 hours or take time away from a fam. So I just don't. They understand.
Yeah, but when
like-
you've been down there for like 3-4 times, at least the 5th time, you got to see somebody,
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I don't. I love them, and they come here all the time. But no, when I go home, it's like their trip is a quick turnaround. Get there on Friday, mom, family, back on the plane, back out of there.
Mhm.
So no, but that's good. You can squeeze those friends in there. That's important. You got to make time for friends.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, we come back. We're going to talk about the golden days of when you used to travel. You used to get dressed up. Now you get on the plane with a bonnet. We'll talk about how you travel. We're talking about how you travel next on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. This is Johnny's House. It is 6:38 on a Thursday where they say the rain is going to come in. It's going to be a 60% chance of rain. Otherwise, sunny today with a heat index of about 100. It is 76 right now. And Ray, we're talking about the good old days of traveling. What did your grandpa used to tell you about traveling?
Yeah, so I remember my grandpa would be like, oh, we used to dress up when we took trips. If you got on a plane, you would be all dressed up because it was a privilege to travel. So it just reminds me because of like how everything has changed, like when you travel now. And when I travel, I'm like either in sweatpants and leggings and I'm like real comfortable.
Yeah.
But every time I like go to travel and I'm wearing like, nothing nice, it always pops up in my head. And I'm like, yeah, I feel bad for the people that used to have to dress up.
I ain't even gonna lie. Being one who flies discount airline, there is a degree of difference in wardrobes. Yeah. I'm here to tell you. I've seen I dress comfortably. Like yesterday, I had on like some Adidas track pants and a shirt because I want to be comfortable to travel. But I try to make sure it's neat. It's not like I just rolled out of bed and put them on and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to dress casual but nice. How about you, B?
I try to be comfortable. I don't go as comfortable as like basketball shorts, which is what I would wear if I was around the house. Yeah. But like if I'm wearing joggers or something like that, I'm cool. And I try to wear comfortable shoes. Now I don't wear like slides or anything you could take off because I think that's too much.
Yeah.
But I try to be as comfortable, but at the same time, not sloppy.
Yeah. Now I have seen it's not like I travel all the time. I might travel every other month if I go somewhere. But I have seen a trend of, and these are like school age kids, but they wear pajama pants and flops and a t-shirt and even a pillow or teddy bear.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of that. And it's just like, I guess it's just understood. That's just how it is. My kid ain't gonna do that. Boy, put some clothes on. Nerese, how about you?
Yeah, so I've kind of done this thing recently where I dress comfortably, but also kind of cute. So like my onesies that I have, it's like it's casual. Like I can still wear it to go out, like as I would normally, but it's so comfortable. And it's one of those where it's like kind of like how Ray said, where it's like if I run into a situation where I need to look cute, I'm like, all right, all I gotta do is just put on a little bit of makeup and I'll pass.
Yeah.
So you ever thought about, I've heard love stories of people meeting when they travel. Do you dress up for that reason or you just want to look cute for yourself?
Nah, I always want to look cute for myself. No, but I just want to be comfortable, but I don't want to look busted, And like, as far as shoes is concerned, I will always wear the heaviest shoes so I don't have to put it in my backpack or luggage.
You wear the heaviest shoes? Yeah. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, like when I was in Tennessee, cowboy boots. Nope. On my feet.
Really?
Yeah.
That is funny, man. I want to find out, how do you travel when you hit the roads? What are you wearing? Are you wearing something comfortable? Are you feeling like you need to dress up a little bit? What's your travel style? We're gonna hook you up with some tickets for you to check out Jurassic World Rebirth. It is PG-13 and it starts on July 2nd. Believe me, it's going to be one of the hottest movies of the summer. But you won't have to worry about paying for it. We're gonna let you go. All you got to do is just share with us how you travel. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. If you can't get through, you want to drop a comment, you can always text. Our XL Mobile is 41067. Live streamers, good morning. We see y'all there, and we'll throw it up on social media. When you're traveling, what are you wearing? We're just kind of curious. Hit us up. We want to talk to you. This is Johnny's House. 653, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067. You are listening to Johnny's House. Want to say thank you. It's going to be sunny, 60% chance of rain today. Heat index of about 100 once again. It is 76 right now. All right, the morning show, we're traveling. You want to find out, how do you travel? What do you wear? Are you comfortable? You're like, you know what? Sometimes I just get out of bed and I just get on a plane. If that's what you do, we totally understand. We're trying to do a little poll for ourselves and find out from you. Let's talk to Ariel. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning, Johnny's House. How are you guys?
Good. How you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm so sorry. This is not related. I have to make a comment because, Johnny, you say my name. I've called a couple times before, but you say my name exactly how, like, my best friend says it. And I feel like it's like a northern thing. Like, it says Ariel instead of Ariel. And it makes me happy. Like, every
you know what? I thought you was going to get on me for butchering names because I'm known for that. I am known throughout the lands to butcher a name. So thank you for the compliment because I'm like, oh, damn, here we go again.
Okay, I love it. It's okay.
All right. Thank you, Ariel.
But of course. But so traveling wise, I'm with you and Nerese. I travel. I'm a cheap flight person because I'd rather spend my money on other stuff. And I we went to Costa Rica, me and my wife, about a month ago, and I wore my high top Converse, my sweatshirt, like anything I didn't have to put in my bag. I wore it so that I could just not have to pack it, and then I military style roll everything up in my bag.
Really? High tops on a plane? That's kind of uncomfortable.
No, like honestly, I guess I mean it depends on the person, I guess. But for me, like it's not really an issue for me.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I've never thought about that. Wear your heaviest shoes so you don't have to pack them.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. If you think about it.
I don't want the movie tickets because I have a movie pass. I just love talking to you guys.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Ariel, I'll say your name again.
Of course.
All right. You have a beautiful day, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Let's talk to Sonia. Johnny butchered my name. Hey, Sonia.
Hey, good morning.
Good. How do you like to travel?
So I'm a flight attendant. So outside of work, I do like to travel very light. So like leggings or T-shirts, something to cover up with on the plane, like a light jacket or sweater.
All right, hold on. I don't want to talk to you. I got questions for you. What is the most outrageous thing you've seen somebody wear on a flight?
My gosh, I've seen it all. I'd probably say the most recent one was a sombrero, tube socks, water shoes, and like biker shorts.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Who
about.
gets to decide what's too racy? Because I know sometimes ladies get like told that their tops are too revealing. Who decides that?
So it just depends on the airline's policy, or if people and families are complaining that, everything's a little bit too provocative, then you can say something.
Okay.
Now, what's the pecking order on when you see that? Who is the person that has to tell the person, hey, look, you got to put your hoobies away?
Sometimes the captain will do it, or the lead flight attendant usually.
The captain comes out like he's got other things.
No, the captain just wants to get a glimpse real quick.
He's got nothing else to do.
Hey, nobody eats till the captain eats, baby.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Hey, Sonia, let me tell you something. That trick that I've heard that when people give you guys candy, you know what? I've been using it in my everyday life, and it works. I've been giving it to my doctor's appointment. Everywhere I can. I bring a bag of candy, and I'm gonna tell you, you get things.
Yes.
Oh, it works, baby. It works.
It does work.
We've been doing that for years. I love that trick.
I had no idea. I take it to my doctor's appointment. It's like, we can't squeeze you in. Boom, chocolate. Well, let's see what we got.
I love that.
How do you think kids get taken? Chocolate.
Right.
People love candy, Johnny.
Well, Ray, you want to see that extreme?
I
Damn.
got some candy in my van.
I'm just trying to get an appointment. I ain't trying to pick up somebody's kid. So you can, congratulations. We're gonna hook you up with the movie tickets, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
When I use it in my everyday life. I'm like,
Ray, God, you just went to
handing people candy.
You guys have some candy?
I mean, you just went to an extreme. Damn. You got anything over there?
XMO powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need a check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. There's a few people that say they grew up learning that you have to dress up, so they still dress pretty nice. Yeah. Not a suit like you did back in the day, but still nice.
All right, Ray, I'll give you some candy if you do something.
All right.
What you got?
Sabrina Carpenter released an album alternative. An album alternative cover.
Coming up, Johnny's house.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, what I was trying to get out of my mouth is that Sabrina Carpenter has released an alternative or an alternate cover for her new album, and she's saying that this one is approved by God. Now, it's funny because Brian was like, well, I don't understand the joke. I don't understand what's going on.
I didn't see the original one that had everybody all freaked out.
So if you saw the original cover for her upcoming album, Man's Best Friend, it showed her on her knees in front of a man who's got a handful of her hair.
Oh, got it.
So it was very sexual, which that's what she does. She represents like all the sexy things.
Yeah, she likes to be sexy.
Yeah, so it's not clear if she listened to the critics who found it like sexist or whatever like that, but or if she's being sarcastic, but she released an alternate cover where she's standing and holding onto a man in a suit, and it's a very elegant photo. There are a few other men in the background. So she said, this cover is, quote, approved by God. So there you go.
I think it's one of the things where is her record company say, hey, let's just ride this thing out a little bit more. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
Let's do another one to continue the conversation.
Well, also get one that parents are cool with buying their kids.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I agree. And it's so funny because it's like my kids will sing the songs like Taste and all that. And I'm like, they don't even know what they're singing.
Right.
Because if you listen to Sabrina Carpenter, if you see her concert, she is very sexual. But there she goes. She released a alternate cover for you. So the new movie F1, the movie is coming out tomorrow in theaters and IMAX. And this is going to be huge. We're reading like more behind it and what it took to actually film this. Obviously, Joe Kosinski, he's the one that directed Top Gun Maverick, but they're saying that there were certain cameras that were actually built for this movie by Sony and Apple. So you can experience like inside the car, the point of view of like the track. And they're saying that like you got to see it in the theaters, obviously, and especially in IMAX because it's going to feel like you're in the car.
Well, they shot it at actual races.
Yeah.
Like, so the other teams are real F1 teams.
Yeah. So they race alongside like the Italian Grand Prix, the British, the Hungarian Grand Prix. So there was a lot
the one in Vegas where they shut down the strip to build the entire racetrack.
Yeah.
They did it there.
Yeah. So obviously Brad Pitt is like the star driver, and then Damson Idris, I was right the first time, actually drove like real cars, and they went up to like 180 miles per hour.
Ooh,
so
and I want to apologize to the people of Daytona Beach. When word came out that Brad Pitt was hanging out at such and such diner, and I said, y'all lying, Brad Pitt.
Right.
He was.
Yeah. I said,
he actually was.
Maybe that's Chad Pitt from down the hall.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely not Brad Pitt, but yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, and I apologize.
So obviously F1, the movie, is in theaters and IMAX tomorrow if you want to check it out. I think it's going to be huge.
Oh, it is going to be, for sure. For sure. All right, we'll come back. Let's get you updated. We do it a couple times a day, find out what is trending in the world on Johnny's House. 708, Orlando's number one hit music station. You are listening to Johnny's House. It is Thursday. Going to be a lot of sun, 60% chance of rain. Some storms should roll in later on this afternoon. With the heat index, going to feel like it's close to 100, and we're at 76 right now. All right, Nerese, update us. What's trending?
All right. Well, the Orlando Magic are clearly focused on fixing their biggest weakness for this upcoming season, which is shooting. After trading for Desmond Bane earlier this week, the Magic doubled down at the NBA draft last night by selecting sharpshooter Jace Richardson with the 25th pick. Richardson is a standout freshman from Michigan State who averages over 12 points per game and shot an impressive 41% from the three-point. He's known for both long-range accuracy and strong finishes at the rim. So this is exactly what the Magic needs. So we'll see how the season looks.
Bring that to the NBA, Bray. Bring it to the NBA.
So earlier this year, I mentioned the new attractions headed to our Disney parks. We've got Monsters Inc. Land with the first ever suspended coaster, Villains Land and Magic Kingdom, and the Tropical Americas expansion at Animal Kingdom. Well, there's talks for an even bigger expansion, and I'm talking about a possible 5th theme park.
I read about that. Yes, it could be 1 or 2. I heard about that.
Yep. According to the files from the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, Disney is setting the stage for a massive 2,600-acre expansion that could include 1 major theme park, 2 smaller ones, new hotels, shopping, dining, and even an 18-hole golf course. While nothing is confirmed just yet, Disney has the green light to invest up to $17 billion in Orlando through 2045. So we'll see what happens.
Goodness.
I mean, they own every inch of land over there. They could literally do whatever they want.
Yeah. And if you ever had flown over it, like you happen to be in a plane, you really see there's a lot of land they have not even used.
It's not touched.
Yeah,
it's not even touched. That is beautiful. Wow, that's gonna be big for Central Florida. All right,
and,
all right. Go ahead. You got another one?
Yeah, I could squeeze in one more.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just on the topic of Orlando, I thought this was pretty cool. The East Coast Hockey League dropped their finalists for the 24-25 season team awards. And the Solar Bears announced they won the marketing team of the year for a second year in a row. And also, just because of the topic of hockey, it was recently announced that the Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning are going to kick off the preseason on September 30th, which will take place at the Kia Center.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a very strong hockey base right here in Central Florida. Good. All right, it's time to play the Throwback Game. That's where we ask you questions from back in the day. They're very simple questions, and all you have to do is get the most right. And if you do today, XL 1067 wants your family to splash in the summer with Disney water park tickets. We're going to hook you up with that, but you got to call and play the game. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Got 4 different categories. We have movie premises, music, popular trivia, and then TV. All you got to do is get the most right, and you're going to a Disney water park on us. If you like to play, never played before, or you've lost and played, 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We come back. You can play at home. We call it the Throwback Game on Johnny's House. Bruno Mars is Johnny's House 724, 60% chance of rain today. Otherwise, the sun's going to be out. Hot and humid, about 100 and about 100 ones can feel like 76 right now. I saw one place, man, it was so hot they had to water down a bridge. The bridge was melting.
Oh,
The bridge was melting. It's the craziest thing, man. For us, it's just Thursday. All right, it's time to play the Throwback Game. That's where we ask you questions from back in the day. And if you get the most right today, we are going to hook you up. You and your family are going to check out a Disney water park. We're going to give you tickets for that so you can enjoy it. Let's meet our first contestant representing Crystal Rivers. She's a nurse, 39 years old. Let's say good morning to Cassidy. Hey, Cassidy.
Hey, good morning.
And how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm
Good.
excited. It's the first time I've been able to play this game.
Oh, first time. And you want to be a first-time call, first-time in, a first-time winner.
Yes.
All right. Now, listen, we did this last week, and I think we're going to change it around. You can either do the original order that we do it in, or you can pick the order in which you want to answer the questions. What would you like to do?
Oh.
You got the four categories.
I get the answer.
Okay, because you can do it's movies, music, popular trivia, and TV. We can do it in that order, or you can pick the order you'd like to do it. I'll help you. It's okay. Which one would you like to do first?
You choose.
Okay. We'll just go in the order that we normally do it, okay?
Okay.
You're a little nervous. It's your first time. I understand. All right.
Yeah.
These movies all star Brad Pitt because he has this hit movie coming out here in a couple of weeks. And if you listen closely, the title is in the description, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what movie is this? Two detectives, a rookie and a veteran, hunt a serial killer that uses the 7 deadly sins as a motive.
7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, no.
Let's try that again.
I jumped the gun on that.
Yeah, let's try it again. What is it? I'm giving you another chance. You're nervous.
Yes. No. Can you say it again?
Two detectives, a rookie and a veteran, hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as a motive. I need an answer.
Just say anything.
7?
Hey,
yes,
good.
Go. Listen, that's it. I'm not helping you anymore from this point on. You get it. You don't. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What movie is this? Danny Ocean and his 11 friends try to stage an elaborate casino heist.
Ocean's 11.
There you go. All right, Nerese, let's do some music.
All right, Cassie, we're going to play you some songs. All I need is the artist or the title of the song.
Come down and got me doing things I'll never do if you ain't been. I'm telling.
Cassidy.
I
need an answer.
I'll give you one of these.
Jason Derulo.
T-Pain, man. I'm
that's
sprung.
Okay. That's okay.
Here's
but
the
you
next
got the
one.
nerves up to play. Okay. All right.
I can show you how I live in a little bit. I want to unbutton your pants just a little bit. Take them off, pull them down just a little bit.
Cassidy. There we go.
She
All
goes,
right.
oh, yeah.
All right. Halfway through, you have 3 points. Now we go to the hard part of the contest. Miss Ray.
Okay, which groundbreaking 2007 device combined a phone, music, and internet browsing?
Cassidy. Need an answer.
A phone, music, internet browsing.
I need an answer. I'm going to have to buzz you.
Phone, music, internet browsing.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
The device
Sorry.
would be an iPhone.
iPhone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God. You're kind of bad. All right.
Cracker.
Oh, you're not that good. All right.
Oh my God.
Ray,
Okay, what smartphone game released in 2009 involved slinging birds at pigs?
Angry Birds.
Yes.
Woo! Boy.
Jeez.
B.
I thought we were going to make it. All right, these are TV. Queen Latifah starred in what was considered an urban version of Friends in the 90s. What was the show called? Was it In Living Color, Homies, or Living Single?
Living Single.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Hilary Duff played 13-year-old Lizzie. She and her best friends Miranda and Gordo ride the roller coaster existence of a middle schooler.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yes.
All right. Nerese, I have it down for 6. Do you have that?
I do too, yes.
All right. You got 6 points the hard way. 6. Very hard way.
Yeah.
All
Really.
right. Gonna put you on hold.
All right.
All right. All right, our next contestant, her name is Rachel, and Rachel is 43. Rachel, how did you do that last round?
I got, sorry, I missed one.
Okay, are you a first-time player?
I am.
Oh my.
Okay. Someone's gonna win for the first time.
Yes, and here's the thing: I'm going to help you with one. So if you get, just like we helped her, we're going to help you too. Okay. You only need 7 to win. All right. Brad Pitt. All right. Thelma and Louise went out on an adventure, ended up being chased by the police.
Thelma and Louise.
There you go. You missed that one. I was about to hang up on you. All right. This one: a former United Nations employee travels the world to warn people about World War Z.
World War Z.
Yes.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Goodness.
All right, let's get some music in there.
All right, Rachel, you know the deal. Just give me the name of the artist or the title of the song.
We're gonna make you lose control and let it go, for you know you're gonna hit the flow. Yeah. Rock to the beat till I'm
Rachel.
Oh, Missy Elliott.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
The crack and the coking, hear me shouting. Everybody healing at the nation, legalize it right now. We want blaze one every day. We be burning, not concerning what nobody want.
Rachel.
Sean Paul.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. You only need a couple more to win. Let's go with Ray with some pop trivia.
All right. Which line of dolls was released in 2001? It featured bold fashion statements and exaggerated eyes.
Brat.
Good job.
All right. All right.
What duo reminded us to shake it like a Polaroid picture in 2003?
Oh, man.
Need an answer. Come on, shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
I loved that song too.
I love an answer if you can give me one.
Didn't love it enough.
I can't think of his name.
Well, it was a duo, and it was Outkast.
All right.
Outkast.
Here's the thing. You need to get them both right to win. 1 to tie, 2 to win. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
All right, Brian, what you got?
All right. This show was a spinoff of The Cosby Show. Originally followed Denise Huxtable to school at Hillman College.
Rachel, you know the answer. Go ahead now. Stop playing.
No, I don't.
She don't know.
Oh my goodness. A different world.
Different.
Oh.
No, not
different
strokes.
strokes, Brian. Yes, you
Hey,
go.
if you go far back enough to know different strokes, you should know a different world.
Yeah, you should. All right. Here's the story now. You get this right, we go to the tiebreaker. You get it wrong, you lost, Rachel. You lost, and Cassidy is not even that good. So here we go.
All right. In this spinoff of The Sweet Life, siblings Zach and Cody make new friends and get into new mischief on the SS Tipton.
Rachel, come on.
I know. Can I get my clue?
Oh, yeah.
It's a spinoff of The Sweet Life, and so it's Zach and Cody, and they're on a cruise ship.
Put it together.
Oh, no.
Put it all together.
Oh, no.
What was the original show called?
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and now they live on a cruise ship. So it's
This is horrible.
Sweet Life.
The cruise life of Zach.
No,
You've gone too much into it.
It's a Sweet Life on deck.
There you go. Sorry, Rachel.
That's
okay. Hey, but you can try again in about 3 years.
Got it. I'll be back.
No, I'm playing. You can call back anytime.
I say
But
call
thank you
back
for
next
playing.
week. That's what I say.
Don't do that. All right. Thank you for playing, and you have a beautiful day, okay?
All right. You too. Bye.
All right. Bye to you, too. All right. Congratulations, Cassidy. You should play the lottery today. Play the lottery. You got yourself Disney Water Park. Yeah. Play any other game of chance you can. You are winning today, girl. Disney Water Park tickets for you. Congratulations, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you hold on. We'll get some information. We come back. We're going to find out what makes you undateable on Johnny's House. Johnny's House on Orlando's #1 hit music station is XL 106.7. Sunny and heat index of about 160% chance of rain, and it is 76 right now. Made a big announcement. Johnny's House Live is back, and people want to know when, where, and how. Brian, what you got for me, man?
It's pretty easy. Tickets go on sale on Tuesday, so get your friends together. Find out if you want, because you can buy tables and seats together. So they go on sale Tuesday. AXS.com. It's going to be at Sports and Social, which is live at Point Orlando, which is pretty cool. It's a really cool spot. They got food, they got drinks. So it's going to be like last time where it's going to be wild, but also you're going to have more options this time because you can grab some dinner with your friends and soak up some of the alcohol you're going to take in.
Yeah.
We're ready. That's just good advice.
Yeah. So it's going to be, it's going to sell Tuesday morning at 10. So get your money together because, again, we're not just saying it. It's not one of those, it's going to sell out. No, this will sell out.
Well, and you want to choose where you want to sit. Because that's
yeah.
we kind of tiered it the best way we could so everybody can kind of get the seats that they want. So
yeah, and then y'all gonna be hitting us up talking about, hey man, can you get me in? And then makes us feel guilty because you procrastinated, and we don't like feeling guilty. So
no, I won't feel guilty because I told you.
Same here. All right, B, we're talking about this, man. What makes someone undateable? Where'd you get this from?
So it was posted on social media, and people were just hitting back with pretty much 1 or 2 word answers because it's like a super in-depth thing. Things that make someone undateable. Adults who live at home with their parents. But then people were chiming back in saying, depending on what stage of adult.
What's the situation? Yeah.
Like if you're 18, 19, 20-year-old adult, no, you're still, starting out. But if you're 30-year-old, 40-year-old adult living at home, that was
we got questions.
Undateable. No job. They said that makes you undateable.
I mean, what if you're between jobs?
I mean,
I've heard people say this. Let's say that you get laid off. Your priority should be getting a job instead of dating.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I mean, some people probably would look the other way, but in this case, they said, no, that makes you undateable. Bad social skills was on the list. No social media at all was on the list.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because
there's a lot of people don't deal with it.
There are, and it's weird, though, when you first hear it, right? Like, we do it for work, but if you meet someone and they tell you, I don't have social media, your first thing is like,
red flag.
Like, I don't know the red flag. But I got questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to need your explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people think it's just toxic, and I can understand that.
If I happen to lose my job today, 5 years from now, you go to my social media, I'm going to have that pink shirt on.
Same one.
That same one. You rest assured. All right, let's add to that list. Ray, what makes someone undateable? What do you think?
I do think like the being mean to people that work in the service industry, that is like a big one for me. If you are nasty to service industry workers, whether it's a waitress, a bartender, whoever it is, the hotel clerk that's checking you in, like I think that's a big red flag and undateable for me.
Yeah.
Just because there's somebody that's servicing you.
Oh, yeah. Now, this one's going to be controversial because it's not something to do with you. I don't mind dating a single mom, but if you got a crazy baby daddy, I'm out. I just don't need that headache. I mean, and I know it's like, I didn't do anything. And I get that. I do understand that. But you know what? Crazy baby daddies are crazy.
Yeah, no, it's true. When I first got together with my wife now, her son's father was a headache. It was a monster. Now, over the years, when he realized I ain't going nowhere, we ironed it out. But those first few years, man, it was a monster.
The fact that you can like wait it out, then that's good.
And that's the thing. He tried to shake you. You didn't shake.
Right.
And then he says, you know what? I'm wasting my energy here.
Yeah.
You know. But sometimes they just keep taking it to another level. Then you find yourself in a situation like, the hell this ain't even me in a situation. B, what do you think makes someone undateable?
I think if you're, I hate to say you're not smart, but like you got to have a conversational knowledge of a lot of things, or I can't. Like I just couldn't because I do have that. And so what are we going to talk about? I'm going to sit here and explain everything to you. So not saying you have to be not dumb, but you got to be somewhat at least conversationally smart about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's just for me.
Me personally, this is a personal thing. You got to have some type of spirituality somewhere. Yes. If you want to learn more, we can do it together. But if you're like, nah, I don't know that dude. That's cool. That's cool with you. I get it, but not ain't.
See, that's why me and Johnny can't date. We friends.
We friends. Yeah. Good friends. And I've already told Brian 1 million times, just me and Brian in the room. I said, now when you ready to know the Lord. Have I not, Brian?
No, I'm gonna say, hey, Johnny told me I should call you.
This is coming from my point of view, my perspective. But like, if you don't want kids, out of the picture immediately. And it's one thing for you to come already into the relationship with kids. I'm totally acceptable of that, especially at this point in my life. But if you don't want additional kids, all right, friend, ciao pescado.
And you know what, Reese? I don't think people joke with that. You know, like when I met my ex-wife, I told her I don't want any more kids. You got one, and I'll adopt him and raise him. I don't want any. Yeah. I don't. At this point in my life, I was older. I was like 26, 27, So
that's
it. You don't want to start over at 27. I mean, that's wild.
I'm joking. I'm a lot older than that. I'm like, we'll raise that one. I'm going to do this again. But they should let you know. You shouldn't fall in love and then at that point tell you that you don't want.
I think there's a lot of people that feel that way, Maurice. I don't think you're alone in that. Mm-hmm. And there's some that like, if you want kids, I'm out. But that's cool too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. And I would have been that way. It's like, hey, well, listen, I do. Well, you know what? Let's not waste each other's time because I'm not going to give you what you want. I would say that. I want to find out from you what makes someone undateable. Got a pair of tickets to see 21 Pilots at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater on October the 11th. In your own opinion, what makes someone undateable? 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. The XL Mobile is 41067. Live stream, social media. You're quiet. We want to hear from you this morning. It's a very simple question. In your opinion, what makes someone undateable? 21 Pilot tickets online. You can call us now on Johnny's House. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We'll have that list together when we get back on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station. It is Thursday morning. This is Johnny's house. 60% chance of rain. Otherwise, the sun's going to be out. Heat index over 100. Ray, what we're looking at right now, temperature-wise?
76.
76 right now, but rain should be hitting us later on this afternoon. Want to find out what makes you undateable? Going to hook somebody up with a pair of tickets to see the 21 Pilots at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater, and that is coming up in Tampa. Seeing that I'm not in the studio, I got to bring my phone up. I don't know who called. Let me see here. Hold on. And there we go. Let's talk to Sean. Sean from Leesburg. Sean, good morning.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
All right, Sean, what makes someone undateable?
Okay, I have two. The first one, a big red flag, is a woman that does not like dogs.
You don't like dogs? How about cats?
Either or. I have both.
Oh,
okay.
But I dated a girl one time, and she did not like dogs at all. She kept telling me to get the dog away from her.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a good relationship.
Yeah.
Because sooner or later, one of them's gonna have to go.
Oh yeah, she was gone. Yeah, dogs are staying.
All right, and what's the other one?
The other one is a woman that does not like to watch movies.
I've never met a woman that didn't like watching movies. You met some?
Yes, a couple. Because I'm a big movie person. I'm a huge movie person. And when women are like, I don't really watch movies, I'm like, yeah.
Ray and Reese, is that common in the female world?
I mean, no, I love watching movies.
I love it too, but I feel like there's some people that just don't watch TV or don't watch anything.
Yeah,
just because they're so busy.
Hey, okay, those are very valid. Those are good ones. Like, man, you don't watch movies. What are you doing? All right, hold on a second. Let's go to talk to Devin in Claremont. Devin, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so what makes someone undateable?
I was going to say I'm a first-time caller. And
Yeah. Wait a minute, you've been listening for how long?
Since I moved here when I was 10, and I'm 43.
Holy moly.
So let me get this right.
Oh, gee.
Brian, would you say we probably had, 20, 30 topics since then?
Yeah, something like that.
20,000 topics. And this is the one that you called in on? This is the one out of your 30-year slumber?
I've been trying to reach you. I've been trying. I just couldn't get through. I tried to reach you, Johnny.
Sounds like your extended warranty in the car.
I'm telling you, for all those years, all the topics we had, Undatable, that's my one.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, because, I'm in the dating world now. So
okay.
I was married. So,
I got you. So this one hits close to home.
Like 12,000 shows.
One of them is
12,000.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I came up to bat for this one. Sorry.
All right, I know, man. You came through, girl. All right. So what is it?
One of them is bad hygiene.
So you new to the dating world? You are meeting guys that just don't bathe?
Well, their hair looks greasy. I know I don't know if maybe it's just too much
product,
slick back stuff or
slick back stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just real okay, no, and looking at their teeth, their fingernails, I'm just real I'm anal. I'm a cancer survivor, so I get you got to be very clean around me and stuff like that.
Got that slick back, boy.
Yeah, I do have another one. It is also if you do have children, how present you are in their life.
Yeah,
that's a big one for me too. So,
right. Well, listen, as a first-time caller, we got a number for you. Narisha, you got a number for her?
Yeah, that's 5107.
That is your number, and I want to personally welcome you to Johnny's house. You hold on a second, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Ray, you got anything over there,
Yeah,
ma'am?
so somebody said, obviously, smoker is a big one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to add jacked up teeth to the list.
Damn, jacked up.
Jacked up teeth.
Dang.
Somebody who is overly political.
Yeah. I can understand politics, but overly, if you in and they're not, that's not. Brian, what's over there, bro?
Let's see. XL Mobile, powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need to check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said multiple kids with multiple partners. If you got multiple baby daddies or baby mamas, no.
Sometimes that happens.
It does happen. And this person said, I ain't having it.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm out. All right, I ain't saying nothing.
I mean, there's people that will accept everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
and we
for
know
these people,
for sure.
no, sir.
Yes. All right. Devin, who says men need to get Stop using so much slick back on their hair. We're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets, 21 Pilots, the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. Celebrity News, Ray, what's going on?
We know what today and tomorrow are going to look like in court for Diddy.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Coming up on Johnny's House.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so it looks like we won't really get a verdict for Diddy's trial on Friday because that was like the speculation that it could come down on Friday. But Diddy's federal criminal trial is basically entering the final stages because yesterday the prosecutors and defense attorneys, they were in court. The jurors were not, but they were kind of like hashing out a schedule for the closing arguments. So the prosecutors are going to have 4 hours starting this morning, and then the defense is going to make their case the following day, which is tomorrow. So this morning, the prosecutors are going to start at 10 a.m., 2 hours. Then the court's going to go to lunch break, and then they're going to have 2 more hours as they
That's a lot of talking.
4 hours. Yeah. 4 hours for their closing arguments. And then Diddy's defense team is going to make their closing argument on Friday. And they told the judge that they're going to need about 3 hours to make his case to the jurors. So it's crazy that they're going to still use up 3 hours without calling any testimonies or anything, right?
Well, they're going to use that 3 hours to say what they didn't prove what y'all say he did.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. So it sounds like, the prosecutors will be able to spend like an hour of rebuttal to finish it all up. So when the defense goes and they can rebuttal, obviously, and it's unclear if the jurors will get the case later tomorrow or if it's going to be the following Monday. And then obviously 4th of July is next week. So the judge is kind of like, what's going to happen here? But they're trying to like wait it out to see what's going to happen.
What's going to happen is Diddy going to have a 4th of July party.
Yeah, he is.
I just cannot.
It's going to be a BYOB. Bring your own bottle of baby oil.
That's right,
oh
baby.
my God.
Uh-huh.
4th of July is what, Thursday or Friday? It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so is Thursday a federal holiday?
No.
It's not. So
Friday is. So if they get the case on Monday, they'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and technically Thursday to go.
Oh my gosh, so we could be out by Friday.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't tell me that they're not sitting there thinking, yo, let's bust this out before 4th of July.
Yeah.
My thought would be that they're going to wait till just before. So then the news cycle will flip to 4th of July and they'll be out of the news.
Yeah.
So if I'm a juror, I'm like, let's drag this out till Thursday afternoon. Then everybody's going to go on 4th of July holiday and we could just disappear into the sunset.
So yesterday I told you in the 9 o'clock hour that some of those charges had been dropped to just basically have the jurors focus on the bigger charges like racketeering, which is still involved, but some of the other stuff, which had to do with like Kid Cudi and the arson and all that had been dropped. So we mentioned that yesterday, but I wanted to mention it again. And then I don't know if you saw this, but Taylor Swift surprised a lot of people in Nashville. That video is going viral. Travis Kelce's Tight Ends and Friends charity concert was going down, and Kane Brown was supposed to be the special guest. But then Taylor Swift was there. So like she kind of like got up there and she sang like a last minute song. And so she kind of like was vibing through everything. But Kane Brown.
You would expect her to show up.
I know. And so, but I don't know how I feel about this. Cause like obviously this is Travis Kelce's like big night and Kane Brown was supposed to be the special guest.
Well, they do it every year. So they use that to strong arm Luke Combs to perform.
Yeah.
Because last year Jelly Roll was a performer. So they do it in Nashville. So they do it where there's a bunch of artists that are always there anyway.
Yeah, so it's really cool. A lot of people saw like a very intimate side of Taylor Swift because it's like a small venue.
It'd be seeing her at House of Blues.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But Kane Brown posted, it was really funny. He was like, when you think that you're going to be the special guest of the night, but you're not. And then it was a picture of Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, it's Taylor Swift. So all you can do is joke about it.
Yeah.
What are you going to get mad?
Mm-mm.
No, you're not. All right, we come back. Brown's going to tell us some weird stories that happen to be so true on the way on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 106.7. Sunny today with a 60% chance of rain. It's going to feel like it's 100, and it's still 76. If I sound a little different, it's because I'm not in the studio. I'm in West Palm Beach.
Trapped in a well.
I'm in West Palm Beach with one of our sister stations, and they put me in one of their production rooms, and there's no windows in here, so I don't know.
Well, your mic has different processing. That's all. Like our mics are processed different than. So you have you have way less bass in your voice today.
Well, put my bass back.
Sound like a little bit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Ray. See, Ray forgot her mic was on.
Oh yeah,
because you ain't here.
I want you to listen in the about 9:20. Ray got a story to tell. No. Ray got a story to tell. Don't you get it out, Ray? Get all of it out. I want you to tell it with the same fire you told us this morning.
Gotcha.
That's happening at 9:20 today. IB, what are those stories that are weird but true, man?
So I thought this story was weird enough. So just a couple of days ago, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 with 70 payloads on it. And one of the payloads was cannabis seeds, and another one was human ashes.
Okay,
so
somebody must have paid for that one.
Yeah, so it's a company. They put it in this Geno plant incubator. So the plan was to let it orbit the Earth 3 times and then splash down near Hawaii, and then they were going to take the samples and study them. I don't know what being in space for 3 orbits would do to anything, but I guess that's why they study them. I don't know. But anyway, communication got lost just before landing. So they now can't locate the cannabis or the remains.
Oh no!
So I don't know if someone hijacked it or...
I'd be upset with the remains. That's my family member.
Seriously, man. They were supposed to return that to the people. But they didn't. So they said the parachute system failed during re-entry. So now both the cannabis and the remains are lost at sea.
Oh my gosh!
I hope they can sue. I hope they didn't sign a waiver or something.
Probably signed a waiver. Yeah.
Hey, but listen, y'all know how. Well, Brian, you may not know. You don't know how street marketing goes when it comes to marijuana. These people talking about, I got that space, y'all.
Right. I got that space.
I got that orbit, baby. Got that orbit.
What you know about that space, baby?
Yo, it's out of this world.
That's right. Been around the Earth 3 times, baby. But they can't find it.
I mean, if someone finds it, that's going to be kind of cool. But someone is going to find it because eventually it's floating in the ocean. Eventually it's going to end up somewhere. So
wow, that's crazy.
You hear about it all the time that fishermen find like barrels of cocaine and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So eventually someone's gonna find it. I don't know. We take these tests around here to make sure that we don't get fired for HR reasons, and this is why. There is a cop in England that might lose his job because he asked his female coworker to pull his finger.
Oh no, no, he didn't.
Now, he
should be fired. He should be fired.
She knew what was coming, and she said no. So he pulled his own finger and said,
"They did it anyway."
Right in her so gross. Right in her face, inches away from her face. She said. Now he laughed. She clearly did not laugh. This happened back in 2021, but now he's facing a disciplinary board to find out what should happen. They said that's
just stupid. Fire him. I don't even think he should go in front of a board. If you did that, you're fired. Get out. You're stupid.
Ironically, it does fall under the gross misconduct because it is kind of gross. It is
gross.
Yeah.
Now y'all know me. I'm not one to like to use the word stupid. I think some people are they're better in some areas than others. But in this day and age, no matter where you are, you cannot put not even a male but a female coworker to pull them out. You can't do that.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
And it's like when we take these tests, they tell us what's funny today, get you fired tomorrow. So another officer may have thought it was hilarious that you did to pull my finger, but that doesn't mean tomorrow pull my finger won't get you fired.
Did you hear about your boy from Karate Kid?
Yes.
Oh yeah, biting.
We were talking about that. Hey, I saw the video. She is mad as hell.
She's not playing.
Yeah,
he's like I thought we were just teasing.
Yeah.
She said you drew blood.
Mm-hmm.
So what was he doing? They're playing around. He bit her really hard.
I guess. Yeah. She showed her arm. There were no marks on it, but I did read that there was blood drawn. Although I just didn't see him in that video. But still, it's not okay to bite anybody, Ray.
I know. He tried to have that conversation with me. I was like, "You're asking the wrong person. I bit your wife."
I actually said, "Who bites?" I actually said, "Who bites people?" And Ray's like,
I do, or I did."
Ray's like, if you're trying to pull some lawsuit, Brian, it wasn't you, it was your wife.
Gross misconduct, Ray. Gross misconduct.
I love that. Listen, I guess they're having this huge watch party. What is it, Love Island?
Mm-hmm.
And this is happening in New York?
No, they did it at Wall Street here downtown.
What? It was here?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. Listen, we want to find out if you've ever gone to a watch party. We're going to hook somebody up with some Jurassic World Rebirth tickets. If you've ever attended a watch party, and if you haven't heard about it, we'll talk about that next. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. And, Brian, when you said Wall Street, I thought you meant Wall Street.
No, the other bar. Right outside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we're going to talk about that next on Johnny's House. Johnny's House 827. It is Thursday. It's going to rain. It's a 60% chance of rain. Sunny today. Reds are still 76. Looking for a heat index over 100.
79.
79 right now. I'm down in the West Palm Beach, and they got storms down here. I mean, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was because we're not used to rain in the morning, and they in Orlando, but they got it down here for sure. Now, I had to check this out for myself. And Brian, we were talking to him this morning. It was putting the show together, even though I'm down here. And he was telling me that Wall Street had this huge Love Island watch party. And he was like, man, just hundreds and hundreds of people there. So I just assumed that he was talking about Wall Street in New York. Because I'm like, well, I know Orlando ain't putting together a watch party like that. So I went to the other bars, Instagram, where they have, and they got the thing that says Orlando's largest Love Island watch party every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. And I'm looking at the photos. My goodness. Now, if I was back in my player days, I would be there. It's like 95% women.
Oh, yes, sir.
And they're sitting on the curb, and they're sitting in the street, and they're sitting there, and they're watching Love Island. Now, I heard a little buzz about it. Ray was even talking about it the other day, talking about should she get in?
Yeah, I'm gonna binge it this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and I've been watching this, and I saw some, the normal sites that I check out to get information, and they were talking about some big thing that happened between so and so, and she's off the island, and I'm like, I don't get. Ray, what's the premise of Love Island?
It's like another dating show. I don't know exactly what the premise is, but I know that they like.
But if they don't like somebody, they put you on a boat and just send your butt right back
basically. Yeah, I mean, from what I got, that's the concept of it.
Narice, you watch it?
No, I don't. I don't really do reality TV shows. No, but I'm not gonna lie. This is catching my attention too.
These dating shows, or like I told you, when I was sick, I watched Temptation Island. I watched all of it. It was the absolute worst.
Can't do
it. It is horrible. No. I understand that, Brian. You're a couple, you can go on that island. It's not gonna work.
I think the overall goal is to just like try to couple up with somebody.
Yeah.
Like you try to find your love, and then people get voted off.
So the people who are investing their time in watching this and going out as a group, and again, I like the other bar. They're good people over there. These people want to watch it together. So these people are following a couple, and in their eyes, they're like, well, this couple is going to make it, or I see the chemistry there, and then they're upset or disappointed when someone doesn't pick the other person and they get kicked out and the boat takes them out. That's all I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it says the last couple to stand wins a cash prize of $50,000.
Well, see, I cut a side deal.
See, well, 50,000 ain't much. They're just doing this to be on TV.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
a lot of people take their reality show career.
Well, especially with social media now, you can become a blogger, you can become a podcaster, all of that stuff. Yeah.
I'm looking at the photos, and these are all women.
It's packed. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one dude back there. I see you play. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I saw a few guys in the photo. I'm like, okay, smart move.
If I was one of those that week, I'm like, fellas, man, we ain't going down there. It's a Thursday night at 10 o'clock, bruh. Believe me, and it is going on. We used to do watch parties back in the day when it was Doc and Johnny and stuff like that. I think we did. And this is how far we went back. We did Friends.
Yeah, for the finale, I think. Yeah,
for the finale when it was all over. I even think we did Seinfeld.
Did you really?
What?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think we did. I know we did one at Planet Hollywood. So I think we did like 3 or 4 watch parties, and they were good, but we didn't do them weekly. That's a commitment.
Yeah. I've only done sports. I've never done and I know there are like Survivor watch parties, but I watch on DVR, so I don't watch it real time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, just think the investment. Like, let's say if I was a fan of Love Island, then it's going to be what we call way back in the day must-see TV. You know, that means I'm gonna clear my day off. So when at that time I got whatever beverage or whatever I want, and I'm in front of my TV. But if you go to a watch party, you have to get down to the place, park, get there, find a spot, and watch it with other people. But it looks like it's a tremendous, and so I guess it's going on again tonight. Ray, you ever gone to a watch party?
I mean, I've done.
We did boxing.
Yeah, I've done Jersey Shore watch parties when it was like a big thing.
Well, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, because we would all dress up in like Guidos and Guidettes and little poofs in our hair. So that was like the only watch party that I did outside of sports.
B, you ever go to one outside of boxing?
No, I mean
sports.
Sports is it. I do football. That's pretty much it. I mean, I think I would enjoy it if it's a show you like.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad or something. Like I would have gone to a Breaking Bad watch party. That'd been awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Narice, how about you?
Same thing. I didn't even think of the concept of having a watch party that isn't related to sports, because that's the first thing you think of when you hear watch party. Yeah,
well, it shows the times of changing now.
It's giving the people what they want for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking here, man. People. I mean, for me, I want to be comfortable. Well, because I'm a little bit older. I ain't driving downtown. What? I'm sitting down with the crisscross applesauce. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense. All these people are watching, and it's like, you know what? They want to be outside anyway, so let's set something up. Somebody out here is smart.
What's a common thread?
Yes.
Like I have a friend group now, even though they're not my friends, that all watch this show that I love.
Yeah.
So it's like you could discuss it with everybody.
I think it's also hard nowadays with streaming because usually all these shows come out, all the episodes come out all at once.
Yeah.
But when you find a show that has one that comes out like twice a week or like weekly, then you can be like, oh, tonight's the night.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, Ray, you maybe can answer this one. Reese, you don't watch reality TV. Love Island isn't new, right? It's been around a while.
No, this has been going on a couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so I guess the writing is different.
I don't know.
Or the couples change and people get latched onto it. Yeah, I guess you never know what's going to take off when.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's the other bar. You got it going on, I guess, tonight. It's 9:00 every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep.
Orlando's largest Love Island. Hey, next time I talk about this, y'all had to pay.
It's been around since 2019.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah.
Now
that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on. Hey, as I mentioned before, I'm down in West Palm Beach, and tonight the morning show is coming down, and we're gonna celebrate Linda Bird getting into the Hall of Fame. When we come back, we're gonna talk about when did management stand up for you. You're always talking badly. We're gonna give you the opportunity to talk good. We got stories to tell on Johnny's House. 8:37, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's Johnny's House. 60% chance of rain today. And if it's not raining, the sun should be out. It is 78, and it's going to feel like it's 100 today. All right, here's the plan for today. I'm in West Palm, and I'm in a studio in our sister station. They have a whole cluster of stations around here. And you got to understand, it's like when somebody visits our station, we know that there's somebody different in the building. And I had to go to the bathroom, and I walked by, and I just said, hello. And they're looking like, who the hell is that?
Before I got full time here, I interviewed for a job down
here
at
really?
Probably that same building.
Which,
most likely.
Which station?
It was at the time it was Wild, I think.
Yeah. No, they got about 4 or 5 stations.
Yeah.
Here. But anyway, the reason that we're here, and if you've heard this story before, you're gonna hear it again, is that someone that we respect highly. Her name is Linda Bird. She was a VP of iHeart, and I think she still works in a consulting firm. And she owns a wine bar in New Smyrna called Crimson House. But this woman was, for all of us, myself, Brian, and Ray, instrumental in where we are. Without her, making some decisions, we wouldn't have been here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian and I was talking about this the other day. So when, last year was the first ever Florida Association Broadcasters Hall of Fame, and I was blessed to get in. And this year, she's been in it. I'm like, listen, you're in it, we're going. The team, we're all coming down tonight. There's a big celebration for her.
She's an OG in radio too. Like she started in college as way back in the day as like a sports reporter for Alabama for football because she's a huge Alabama fan. So,
and as a woman, she stood her ground on a lot of stuff. They didn't mess with her. At iHeart. And the story goes if you heard it again, just right. There's a lot of people that didn't. When Doc left the show, there was a lot of confusion that was going on. It wasn't like they automatically said, here, Johnny, it's yours. It wasn't like that. So myself and Brian and a couple other guys who we decided to, we're going to try to keep this thing together. Well, out of the blue, we met Jay. Jay just showed up at the radio station, took an airline, heard there was a job, took a flight from LA, no money, no nothing, and said, I want to apply for the job. So we put her on, and we all had instant chemistry. Okay, so we're talking, and the show's going well, and behind our back, what do you say? Not amongst us. They flew in, I'd say, 25 of the best program directors in the country that iHeart had at the time, and they flew them in, and they say, what we want you to do is spend a couple days, listen to this show with Johnny, who's always been second chair, and this girl Jade and Brian, and see what y'all think we should do with them. And Brian, if I'm leaving anything else, jump in.
No, that's all it. Because in entertainment, they do a lot of stuff while you're not looking. Like, you don't usually find out things are canceled till after they're canceled.
We're talking to Billy Gardell. He said he found out
during the shooting. They came and said, "Hey,
it's over.
Don't come back from lunch."
So they flew all these program directors in for a couple of days, and while we were doing our show, they were listening, and we had a brand new program director at the time. And after our show, I'm like, "Hey, so they're gonna let us have a gig?" He goes, They didn't give me an answer. And this is every day. So we got together as a show and said, you know what, man, let's just have the best fun that we can. We can't sit here and worry about it. If they're going to throw us out, then they're going to throw us out. But at least we'll go out having fun at what we do. Okay. So on Friday of that week, after they've been there on Wednesday, Thursday, that Friday before everybody flew out, and I'm sure that they were eating steak and lobsters and going to strip clubs. I'm sure they were up there, and Rachel's over there in
eating the buffet.
I know. I can't prove it, but I'm sure they were there. Well, they did the vote. All right. And all of them, it was about 100%, right?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know of anyone that said,
no one stepped up and said it.
Stay. Except for maybe our boss, maybe at the time, maybe he was like, "Hey, I really want him to stay."
And he said, "Nah." And all of them said, all of these people that they flew in and spent $1,000 said, "Let them go."
These are people that are supposed programming geniuses. Like these are the smart people.
And they said, "Let them go." And they all left, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna let them go. We're gonna have MJ out of Tampa. He's gonna take over, and Johnny's a good guy. We'll find something for him. But let's all. That's the decision. We're gonna let him go." Everybody hands in. Yeah, fire Johnny on 3. 1, 2, 3, fire Johnny. And again, we're just doing the show. Ain't nobody. We just okay. Hey, did we get a job? He's I couldn't tell you. Well, talking to Linda after years passed, she told us that she said, "Yeah, they told me to fire you," and she said it didn't rest on me. I just didn't feel right doing it. So I called the president that night and said, "I'm not going to do it." What do you mean you're not going to do it? We made the decision. Everybody came in. They said fire him. We got this. Brian found the switch when they were ready to hit it.
So they had put me on the internet team to try to find work for everybody. And so I found the MJ website. They were ready to just flip. I found all the graphics, everything. They were ready to just flip the switch. I'm like,
Johnny.
I'm like, what is
wow.
this?
I cannot believe that.
That's mad as hell.
And she said no. And they said, what do you mean no? And I'll never forget, they said, okay, listen, all right. When this flames out and they don't make it, that's your ass. That's what they told her. And she said, well, I can live with that. And now the rest is history. And not only myself, but Brian, all those program directors that were in that room, when we crossed their paths, they will first thing to say, hey, I was in that room and I want to apologize.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is I tell them, I was like, I get it. I'm no bad feelings. But you gotta understand, when y'all make that decision, you're talking about people's lives.
Yeah, it's almost like they went in mentally already saying like, we're just going to get the guy from Tampa.
Well, here's the thing.
Because that's usually... Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Ray. No, you got to understand that if I'm a new program director and there's some VPs in the room, I might like them, but I'm not going to say no against them.
Yeah.
I
mean, the one who gains from it obviously is going to vote in his direction. The rest of them, they don't know us, so they don't put any personal attachment to it. They're just like, okay, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she said no, and as we say, the rest is history. And our show is legendary throughout the company. And so my thing is, you know what? If she's in the Hall of Fame, we're going. And we're all going to be there tonight celebrating her and embracing the decision. That's just one of many decisions she's made.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she turned on Rumba. There was no...
Oh, my goodness. We couldn't go to work.
Rumba didn't exist without her. Like,
no one.
The not just here, the brand Rumba across the country.
That is insane.
She turned on the first one.
Brian, nobody was willing to put Spanish stations on the FM.
That's insane.
And she said, I'm doing it.
Yep.
And she had a heritage station. I know we got a break here.
Yeah, no,
a heritage station that
the oldie station. People love
the
oldies.
Station.
Yep.
We couldn't come to work.
Dude, they're like, you took off my Elvis for those Hispanics.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
It was worse than that.
I cleaned it up.
And Rumba even to this day is one of the dominant Hispanic stations in the country.
She turned on the beat. The beat didn't exist.
The beat,
hip-hop. We didn't have a hip hop station. She turned it on.
She helped me get Pride Radio.
Pride Radio.
Yeah,
she turned all of it on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're here to celebrate that. And I want to throw out that question to you because everybody we joke and laugh about management. When did someone in management step up for you? And I was telling Brian this, and we were in the room, it's just he and I said, dude, if she hadn't made that call, well, Brian told me where he would have been working.
I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple other people across the street that wouldn't have jobs because they'd have given them to us.
I want to find out, when did management stand up for you? Got a pair of tickets, E21 Pilot, Mid-Florida Credit Union, Amphitheater, it's coming up in Tampa, October 11th. Just tell us the story. When did management stand up for you? 407-919-1067, 877-919. 1067. That's the only way to win because we want to talk to you. I know we're running late because now this is Johnny's house.
Speaking of management, real quick, JJ Rice threw it in a Thursday feel good song. So I wanted to make sure you got a little love.
Right.
So here you go.
Here we go. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067, Johnny's house. Hot and humid today, feeling like it's 100. It is about 80 right now with a 60% chance of rain. 21 pilot tickets. We're going to hook you up. We're talking about when management stood up for you. That was JJ Rice hype song for the Thursday.
Yes. A Throwback Thursday hype song, he said.
Now listen,
he likes the Throwback Thursday.
I'm sitting in this in a production room in our sister station, and I look in somebody's FaceTiming me. I'm like, who's FaceTime? You don't FaceTime people. It was JJ Rice hanging out by a pool. How you doing, Johnny? What the hell you think I'm doing?
I'm working.
I can't.
Sounding good. Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, goodbye. See you tonight.
I'm helping you pay for that pool you're sitting next to.
Very nice pool, too. It was a nice looking pool. So we were telling the story about Linda Burden while we're all going to be celebrating tonight, and we just wanted to find out when sometimes it happens, management steps up for you. And that's one of those things, man, when someone does that and you know that they push that line to make sure that you remain where you are, that's the type of loyalty that you always stick with. Let's talk to Nicole. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're talking about when did management step up for you?
Okay, so I live in a small town in Texas, and we were having a huge franchise company coming into our town. So they were doing like a major hiring, and I was fresh out of high school looking for my first job, and I was being a waitress and a bartender. And a lot of us had not had gotten our skid-proof shoes, the shoes so you don't trip and skid and fall. Well, I had fallen in front of the general manager that had came into town, and he wanted to fire me. And I was like, oh my God.
Wait. He wanted to fire you because you failed?
Well, I slipped and whatever substance was on the ground, and he immediately had the whole staff before, and this was opening day. He had us all lined up and made us check our shoes. Well, thankfully, half of us didn't have our skid-proof shoes yet. And our local manager that had hired us had defended us and said, you know what, like they all put in orders for their first paycheck to get those shoes on their accounts. So thankfully, like half of us didn't have the shoes, but I was the only one that slipped and fell, that day. And he was like, well, this is why, you're supposed to have them before the grand opening and this, that, and the other. And he's like, make sure that, you get them and this and that. So like he protected me from not losing my first job, like out of high school.
Well, you know why he was upset? Because you could have sued the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I guess slip and fall wasn't big business back then.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, I was okay, and we all got our shoes the next pay period.
But you know what?
And he stayed in town. He stayed in town and made sure. Yeah.
That y'all got those shoes.
Oh yeah, he made sure everybody got them.
The reality of it is, you fell, you weren't hurt, everything was fine, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That ain't the way it is now.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd have fell. You'd have stayed on the ground. Oh. Are you okay? I'm about to own this place.
My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
Mm-hmm.
We about to change the name of this place, baby. Well, I'm glad that all worked out for you. We want to hook you up with those tickets to see 21 Pilots at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. Okay, and that's something that.
Awesome. Thank you.
How many years ago was that?
This was about 15 years ago.
And you'll never forget it. You'll never forget that person stood up for you. You never forget it.
Yep. And I've always worn skid-proof shoes now because of that incident. I was so scared, and I'm like, I would never want to go through that again.
Well, maybe you shouldn't wear them. Maybe you shouldn't wear them to weddings and stuff.
No, well, I mean, you don't want to slip at a wedding either.
No, just for my job.
Weddings and parties, you might not want to wear. But that's your thing. You might bring them back.
Right.
Might bring them back. All right. You hold on a second. I didn't know there was a thing called skid-proof.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of service industry people wear them because there's a lot of wet spots.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody say anything on the mobile?
XL Mobile, powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Then the rec need a check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. They all want to tell me about the time the management didn't stick up for him.
I know that. I know.
It's much more prevalent.
We don't have enough time for that one. We
ain't got enough 21 Pilots tickets. We can fill up the whole damn Kia Center.
Right, celebrity news.
More celebrities showing up to Venice for the big wedding, and I now know what they're paying per night to be out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, that's coming up on Johnny's House.
WXXL HD1, Tavares, Orlando. Live from our Farrah and Farrah studios. If you've been injured, make it a Farrah fight.
XL 1067.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. XL 1067. Orlando's #1 hit music station.
Orlando, it's Johnny Magic. It's time for us to pay your bills and win $1,000.
Enter this nationwide keyword now at XL1067.com. Money. That's money.
Your chance to win $1,000 13 times every weekday from 9 to 9. Paying your bills. It's XL 1067.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Celebrity News is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. So the big wedding is going down in Venice, talking about Jeff Bezos and Lauren. It's Lauren Sanchez, right?
Yes.
I don't know why.
Now,
Yeah.
I heard they had to change the venue because of the protesters.
So I don't think that they had to change the venue. I think that they had to clear out some of the protesters, but I don't think that they're changing it. So from what I heard,
yeah, they moved the location of where they're staying.
So yeah, from where they're staying, but not the venue
okay.
of where they're like actually getting married.
Right. You know, ain't no billionaire letting some squirt guns chase him away.
Absolutely not. So the protesters and the potential of like some other like people harassing them obviously is a big issue. But the guests that continue to show up for this wedding, I don't know if you saw, but Chris and Khloe and Kim Kardashian, they all just showed up. But the hotel is about $10,000 per night that they're going to be staying at.
Talking about upcharging.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, they were seen Jeff Bezos and his fiance arriving in Venice on a helicopter. But what they're saying is that these protesters, obviously, like it's an issue. But some of them were even threatening putting inflatable crocodiles into like the water at Venice to kind of like in an effort to disrupt the wedding ceremony and forcing the couple to kind of like rearrange some of their plans and all that stuff. But I just think it's so funny that these the people of Venice, you know, like they're saying that there's no space for Bezos. Obviously, like that's their go-to saying.
That's so stupid.
I know. But yeah, the blow up reptiles are talking about putting in the canals and block the celebrity guests from arriving by gondola or water taxi. They're like blocking some of those. But I think from what I was saying or from what I was reading is that a lot of the people there think that they should be paying more in tax or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like they said, if you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax.
Well,
so,
they say
like,
you can pay more tax and also pay your employees more.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but that's a whole different argument.
I know.
That you could have all day long because I mean, obviously, people that make $1 gazillion should pay their people better.
Yeah. So I think that's what it's kind of like their big thing is, the Venetian people. And so they're obviously putting that spotlight on a broader issue over tourism that's happening over there.
That hotel says shut up because next Monday that same room was $139.
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, like they're talking about like the climate injustice, the tourism inequality, and the call for more taxation for billionaires like Jeff Bezos.
It wouldn't go to them though.
Yeah. I think there are people that are protesting because they truly believe what you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people protesting because they mad because they ain't got that money.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of mad too. I'm like, I'm sitting here eating ramen noodles and they're over there paying $10,000. I'm angry. I need to take it out on somebody.
I had heard that Orlando Bloom and Tom Brady was rolling together because they both don't have a +1.
Good
That's
for
what I had
them.
heard.
I see that. I see that happening.
That would be crazy.
That really would.
To have those two be like road dogs.
And every single man knows the best place to pick up women is a wedding. Everybody knows that.
So
because the ones that aren't getting married are feeling that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw this, but Kim Kardashian is actually going to be a part of a live action Bratz movie. So Bratz is coming out with a live action movie, and what they're saying is that she is going to play a villain.
She looks like a real live Bratz doll, actually.
She does. When you see her, like comparison or whatever, like side by side.
Wasn't she supposed to be doing like a weekly series or some court thing or a movie? I know she was supposed to be doing something.
Yeah, so she has that Hulu drama, I think it's called.
Is it already
All's
out?
Fair?
Yeah,
All's Fair, something like that. Yeah, I think it's out.
Oh.
So I don't know, but she's doing a lot of acting, and now she's landed this Bratz role.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
She's playing herself.
Yes, basically.
Exactly. For me, I mean, I ain't gonna watch it. So
Yeah, no, it ain't marketed for us.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
it's not
I'll
for
watch
us.
it.
It's not for us.
No.
It's not for us. All right, what's trending? We'll update you again next on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. Johnny's House. What's trending, Reese? What you working on?
Johnny, did you see Red Lobster is working its way back?
Yes, I heard. I'm talking to Brian about that. We'll get into it next, right here on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 106.7 912. It is Thursday. Expect some rain today, a 60% chance of that. Otherwise, the sun is going to be out. Feeling like over 100. It's about 82 right now. All right, Nerese, what is trending?
Yeah, so there was a buzz that Marge Simpson appeared dead in the Simpsons season finale for season 36. But I'm here to tell you guys to not panic just yet. So apparently, this episode took place 35 years in the future, meaning Marge's death was just part of this flash forward and not permanent. The final show has a heartfelt scene where Marge, now she's in heaven, she reunites her grown kids, Bart and Lisa, through a touching video message. So yes, technically Marge did die, but only in a future timeline.
Nobody believed that.
Yeah, I mean, but like people really blasted it. I mean, when I looked at it on scrolling social media, like there's pictures of her in heaven. So in other words, yeah, expect to see her alive and well in season 37 when it returns. All right, so this is huge. After filing for bankruptcy earlier this year and closing dozens of locations, the seafood chain Red Lobster is set to officially emerge from Chapter 11. They got new ownership and a fresh game plan too with everything. There's a U.S. bankruptcy judge that just approved Red Lobster's reorganization plan, handing over control over to a U.S. group of lenders led with the deal that includes $60 million investment. And with the new CEO, Damola Adam Malekan.
Yeah, he's like 35.
He's a kid.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, he was actually the former P.F. Chang's chef too. But he says that Red Lobster has a tremendous future. The chain will shrink to about 544 locations across the U.S. and Canada, and it aims to bounce back stronger than ever after all these years of losses.
If you follow, I mean, no one followed why it went into bankruptcy, but the people that bought it didn't buy it just to sell seafood. They bought it to make money, or not make money, but or was it real estate?
Yeah, so they bought it, and they were actually a seafood distributor, and so they bought it for the real estate, and then they basically ran it to the ground because they forced all the Red Lobsters to buy the seafood from them at inflated prices.
Yeah.
So they weren't trying to run it successfully ever.
So this 35-year-old came in and said, let's get back to basics. People love the Cheddar Bay biscuits. People like this. Let's give them what they want.
Yeah. Did you see they're coming out with like $20 entrees and they're doing like $5 drinks and apps.
Oh, they're going to do boil bags, and they're going to change the look inside too. So it's not like old stuffy Red Lobster.
Is it really?
It's going to be cool. Yeah. I love Red Lobster. I've been going since I was a kid. When I was growing up, that was our fancy once a year dinner.
Celebration.
Them Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah.
Let's go. What? Now I ain't gonna lie, man. You can buy them from the grocery store, and they're about 98%.
Yeah.
accurate.
You could get them like the mix, but it ain't the same.
Yeah, the mix. Yeah.
Now they put that little magic on it at the location.
Yeah, they do. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we come back. Ray got a story to tell. Woo-hoo. I've been waiting all around. How you gonna clean this up? Because you can't. Are you gonna go with it?
Yeah, I'll find a way.
Oh.
I mean, I can't really say the word.
Bet she don't.
Am I allowed to say the word?
I mean,
you know what? Check,
legally, yeah. But
text Jeremy.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Ray has a story, and I'm sure it's happened. If you got kids, I'm sure it's happened to you. She got a story to tell. We'll do it next on Johnny's House. Johnny's House, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067. It is 9:21. I am in Palm Beach, and the rest of the show is in Orlando, and be joining me later on tonight. But we were talking this morning as we were setting the show up, and Ray did this happen, yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
I'm going to sit back, and you clean up the best way you can.
Okay.
I'll dump it if I have to.
All right.
So yesterday, while I had my children, I was in the kitchen just preparing dinner as I usually do. And the children are usually just in the living room playing games, doing whatever they want to do, screaming, whatever.
Yeah, being kids.
Being kids.
Right, being kids.
And I hear Sienna, my lovely daughter,
yes,
say something that rhymes with ick and starts with G.
She said the D word.
She said the D word.
She said the D word.
Just
out of the blue.
Yelled it?
So her and Leonardo were talking, and I guess there was like a gymnastics bar or whatever, and he fell. And then she goes, "Did you just hit your ick?"
Oh, okay. So she used it in context.
She used it in context.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I dropped everything that I did and ran out of the kitchen. I said, "What did you just say?" And she looked at me because she knew that I was upset. I was like, "What did you just say?" And she said, "I'm not going to say it again because obviously it's bad." She's like, she didn't say obviously because it's bad. She goes, "I'm not saying it again."
Okay, well.
And I was like, "Okay, good. So you know not to say it." And then Leonardo goes, "She said D-I-K-E." And I was like, I said,
we're going to work on that spelling.
Nice try. Nice try. But that's another word that we could get into.
No, we also don't say.
But we're not going to.
Yeah.
So I was like, first of all, that's not how you spell it, but nice try.
Close enough.
We're going to work on that.
When you get older, we'll work on that. Yeah. So, and then I was like, "Where did you hear that from?" And she was like, "Well, in camp." And I was like, because they're with older kids in camp. And I was like, okay. So she was like, "Well, in camp, so-and-so was talking about it." And I was like, "What do you mean he was talking about it?" Because then I'm like, do we have some perverted kid that's in camp now that we need to take care of? And she was like, "No, they were saying because he hurt his pee-pee. His pee-pee. She cleaned it up at that time. He hurt his pee-pee. And so she just found that as like another term of using it as instead of penis or pee-pee or whatever. She said the straight up D word.
Your kids are growing. Because even me and Johnny say ding-a-lang or ding-dong.
Ding-a-lang, ding-a-lang, yes. I would never say the D word.
Pee-pee.
I stopped her for a second in the kitchen. I said, no, she did not. And then, of course, Leonardo confirming it for me, but then hearing because they are with older kids in camp. They're
how much older?
I mean, there's some that are like, I want to say that are like 9, 10.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
When you intermingle the ages, it's bad. Because when I was in elementary school, we rode the bus with the high school kids.
He talked about that
because they just didn't have enough bus drivers. So I learned a lot in elementary school from high school kids. You can't intermingle the ages.
I know.
I learned a lot about the D-I-K-E.
That's why I was like, what the heck is happening?
So how you gonna handle it?
So I mean, obviously they've been having issues too, because when I walked in yesterday, they were saying that there was an older kid that was like influencing a younger kid to do something. So they sent home like all these different rules. And so like after I heard that confirmed what the teacher had just told me. And so I'm like, I'm going to let it be known that like obviously these camp counselors, they're just younger kids that are getting credit and all that stuff. And so I'm just gonna let it be known that like Sienna came home saying this word because of one of the
word because
because of one of the older kids. She straight up told me what child said the D word.
Oh,
wow! And I just love your son. He spelled that.
Yeah, D-I-K-E. I was like, oh, good try.
Wow,
but no,
that was great.
Wow. All right, I want to find out how do you word this? How do you word it? How did you show concern when your kid came home speaking a different way? Because it does happen when you mix the ages. Now you got an older kid that is fascinated because the younger kids are giving that attention. That what?
So like, have you ever been influenced by like an older kid when you were younger? Because Brian was, or
because the older kids look at you kind of like a circus animal.
Yeah.
As a younger kid, watch, I can make them do this. Watch, I can make them say this.
Yeah, I was on the activity bus in the 7th grade. And we had to ride with seniors. And they were in the back making out, and I stared at them because I had never seen that. What you looking at? What you looking at, young blood? Nothing.
That's where I saw my first booby.
On the bus,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah.
I saw my first booby. It was a girl fight.
That's when I saw my second booby. That's when I saw my second booby.
Wow.
407 919 1067 877 919 1067 XL Mobile 41067. Live stream social media. Want to hear from you. When, as a kid, do you remember that something happened that was influenced by an older kid for telling us we got Jurassic World Rebirth? It's coming to theaters on July 2nd, but you'll get to go before. Well, no, you go during that time. We'll make sure you don't have to pay for a ticket. We'll give you a ticket then. All right. What happened? Where were you? We want to hear your story. 407 919 1067 877 919 1067. Hit us now in Johnny's house. Bruno Mars 938. It is Johnny's house. Talking about your kids, hanging around older kids, and they're hearing things. And we want to find out, what was it for you? Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out, and we want to let you go. Got a pair of tickets, and it's coming out on July 2nd. Let's talk to Christy from DeLand. Christy, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so what happened with the younger kid and the older kids?
Well, I've got 3 kids. I have a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So
Okay.
you can imagine my 7-year-old really looks up to the older one.
Of course. Sponge.
Yeah. So the other day we're riding in the car, and he likes to play some of the music that the older kids play, right? And then he suddenly says to me, "Hey, Mom, can you play the song, the MFer song?" I almost like drove off the road, and I said, "What?" He's like, "You know, the MFer song."
But he said the word. He said the word.
He said the word. Yep. And I pulled over, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Where did you hear this?" He's like, "Well, the older kids listen to it all the time." And I was like, "Yeah, there's lots of songs that say bad things. That doesn't mean you have to say them."
He repeated it. He said, "Come on, Mom, you know that song. Play the MF song."
And said it completely nonchalant too, like it was just like regular vocabulary. Yep.
Wow. So after you told him that, did he realize that? Okay, now did you have a talk with the older kids?
Yes. Well, I mean, but it's so hard. I mean, music these days. I mean, even the clean versions say bad things in clean ways. So you're always having to have these conversations, you know.
Well,
So
play
it's
the
just,
MF song.
I guess
Stop
you
playing.
just gotta. Yeah. Yep.
All right. You hold on.
It's funny because like even looking at like the Minecraft movie,
Oh,
the lava chicken song, it says hell in it.
Yeah,
and so
there's
whenever my kids sing it, they're like, "Can I say it? Can I?" They'll ask like, "Am I allowed to say it?" Because it's in the song.
Because it's in the song. You told me not to say it, but it got to be okay because it's in the song. Wow. Let's talk to Paula from Winter Park. Paula, good morning.
Good morning.
Younger kids influencing the older kids. I mean, older kids influencing younger kids. What's going on?
So mine also because of summer camp. So my daughter's 8 years old, and she's hanging out with the girls that are like 10, 11, and even 12. So now she's wanting to dress cool.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, all of the clothes that she has is not cool enough.
Now, what is dressing cool now?
Camp. So she wants to wear shorts, but my version of shorts for her are definitely a little bit longer than what the 11 and 12-year-old shorts are wearing. Same thing with like crop tops, and even like when they have water day, they're bathing suits.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you're 8.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're 8.
You're
Man,
8.
I remember taking my kid to summer camp, and he had Batman sneakers on, which I didn't think that was a problem, but at the camp, they've turned into Nikes.
Oh, see? That's why kids change over the summer. It's these damn
I know.
camps.
Yeah.
Camps had no idea.
All of a sudden, her Skechers aren't good enough. They need to be
Yes. Yes. What do you mean? What's wrong with these? Because you love these kids. You picked them out. Yeah, that was then. Wow. But then, I guess there's no other way that the camps can do that. You know. Wow. Something to think about. All right. You hold on. Nerese, how many pair of tickets we have left? 2 or just 1?
We have 2.
All right, let's hook them both up.
All right.
We're gonna hook you both up. Jurassic World Rebirth. And Brian, anything on the XL Mobile?
XL Mobile, powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need a check. It's a no-brainer. Just call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said my 3-year-old niece called somebody a clucking gas hole, but take off the other words.
My Lord.
Because she heard her parents use it in a fight with each other.
Whoa.
But they didn't say clucking, and they didn't say gas hole. You know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your kid in the back seat say, "Hey, Mom, play the MF song"?
I'd have a hard time not laughing.
Well, you'd have to pull over and say, okay, I didn't hear this right. I'm sorry, what did you say? You heard me? Play the MF song. No, and don't use that word again. All right. It's 9:42. Let's get out of here, y'all. 9:46, time for us to get up out of here and head down the road. I'm in West Palm Beach, and the gang will be joining me later on to be celebrating Linda Bird getting inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. Miss Ray, what you got going on?
Nothing. I'm excited to go down there and celebrate her and celebrate you being a year old Hall of Famer.
There. That's right. I'm old school now. That's how you do it.
It's so cool because like we all have our Linda stories, and I remember going to the carpet is what they called her room, her office, and asking for full time like 3 times, and she'd be like, nope. But she finally gave me my chance.
Did she?
So, yeah.
One time you said, was it you or somebody else said when she walked in, say, if you come down here looking for a raise?
Yeah. No, I literally sat down on her couch, and she was like, if you're here to ask for full time, the answer is no. And I was like, talk to you later, Linda. See ya. So yeah, but then eventually she brought Pride Radio here, which was incredible. So
I love her because as long as you do what you're supposed to do, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah,
so
no problem.
When they used to tell me you don't want to talk to Linda Bird, I'd be like, yes, I do. I absolutely do, because I'm cool with what I do, and I know she'll respect what I do. So yes, I do. I'd love to talk to her.
And don't say you're gonna do something, don't do it.
Oh no. Yeah, so but I also want to mention that Taste Central Florida is actually coming up. That is happening July 12th. Sorry, July 12th. You can get your tickets at tastecfl.org. If you saw Brian's story yesterday.
Johnny, I felt bad telling you, man. Ocean Prime brought full-on steaks.
I saw it.
Broccolini, which is fancy broccoli.
Yeah.
Potatoes. They had the carrot cake with the pineapple drizzle on top.
Oh my gosh. I was just telling yesterday, I don't really eat steak, bro, but that thing I inhaled.
I really eat steak.
Ocean Prime hooked it up.
I saw the XL 1067's story. Oh my goodness.
So hit me and said, you guys are so ghetto. You're eating filet mignon on a paper plate. I said, yes, I am.
Yes, at 10:30 in the morning.
With plastic utensils, baby.
I would go to ho.
Yeah.
It's cool. This event is great. There's like 75 different food, drink you could try, and it helps pay for meals at Coalition for the Homeless. Which is great. Yeah.
But today
they've been doing it for years.
The Great Southern Box Company is coming, so you might want to avoid our social media, Johnny, because you're not here to eat it, even though you're down in Palm Beach.
It's a food hall, so they're gonna have all kinds of stuff.
Man, I paid $40 for a hamburger last night. I ain't doing that tonight. I'm not doing it. Nerese, what you got going on?
Let's see, doing a little bit of work here after the show, and then gonna head home and also pack for the whole next 2 days, because it's gonna be going to the beach, hanging out with the kids, going bowling, getting dinner with my friends, going out with my mom. Yeah, I'm just like, okay. I'm gonna be there for 48 hours, but I gotta pack like it's a week.
Right. Do that. Brian, what you got, bro?
Nothing. Just a bunch of stuff to do around here. And then I do have some rum business to handle before I leave town. Go pick up my labels so I can get my new bottles ready to go. And then I'm hitting the Bright Line. Like I've only been in the Bright Lines once when we did the broadcast. So this will be my first time as a patron.
It was a smooth ride. It was a really, I enjoy it. I enjoy the Bright Line.
Yeah, I can't wait. I brought my headphones so I can sleep.
Yep, that's what you're going to have to do, because once you get here, it's on and popping, baby.
That's the best part. I can sleep the whole way down. That's my nap. It's awesome.
Yep. Check in, change, and head this way. All right. Ryan Seacrest is all yours. Have a beautiful day, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.